When is the best time to start a mattress store?
Three, two, one.
Because timing is very, very important. I want to talk about that right now. There are several key issues that go into this. There are economic fluctuations. There are things such as the fact that mattresses and bedding sales are very seasonal. There are high points and there are low points. And then there's the fact that we have great opportunities that arise from time to time. I have several friends that took advantage of COVID as a great opportunity. People were stuck in their homes. They didn't have anywhere to go. They wanted to make their homes as comfortable as possible. And the government was passing out big checks like cotton candy, just free checks for everybody. And so during that time, people made a lot of money. Now we're seeing some of those stores that made a lot of money during that time. People went out and bought yachts and bought RVs and bought nice cars and new homes and things like that. They didn't really show a lot of business acumen with their money, and so they made some mistakes. And those businesses are going out of business right now. With them going out of business, someone with good business acumen could go back into that location or that town, open up a mattress and bedding store, and could do very, very well. And so I want to give high recommendations to people who are seeing store closings in your area. That's a target area. That's an opportunity. Go in there and make it happen. Another opportunity that you might see is a small town that doesn't have any promotional bedding, doesn't have any low price products in town. Somebody's just selling Tempur-Pedics and Sealy's and big name brands in their store. Hey man, walk in with a promotional brand mattress that has great reputation. Go in there and open up a store, and you're going to do very, very well in a small town. Also, let's talk about economic fluctuations. We'll get into seasonal things just a moment, which is really exciting to me. Economic fluctuations happen whenever home improvement sales, such as Lowe's, Home Depot, your local hardware store, whenever their sales begin to shoot up, then home furnishings will soon follow home improvement sales. Whenever home furnishing sales go down, home improvement sales will follow those. So we're kind of tied together as mutual indicators. So when you begin to see a rise in home improvement sales, that's a good indicator that home furnishings is about to do very, very well. Let's talk about seasonal, because that's huge to me right there. That's a big, big deal. When I first got into this business, I had a couple of weeks during back to school time that were extremely slow, and I was very, very afraid that I wasn't going to be able to sell mattresses. I just got in the wrong business. So I'd asked an old furniture salesman who was actually at one time an executive with a very, very large company that sold out to some investors. And he's been decades in this industry. And he said, and he was the whole blanket general furniture. And I asked him, I said, Greg, what's going on here? When will I see an increase in sales? He said, Joe, if I remember right, fall is bedding season. Now, the fall, the months of October, November, and December. I know December is kind of winter time, but the first half of December is a very, very great time for mattresses and bedding. People are coming in. I don't know why, but people are coming in and they're buying mattresses and bedding like crazy. October, November, and December. You're going to see sometimes multiples of 2, 3, and 4 of the sales of other times of the year during those months. My October, November, and December, the first 2 months of weeks of December, are my biggest months out of the year. So a lot of sales going on right then. So if you are starting a mattress store in September, you're starting at a prime time because you're about to see a lot of sales, a big upswing in the industry. That's a good time. September's a great time to start. Also, income tax season, the end of February and into March generally is a really, really big time for sales. One of the issues that occurred this in 2022, 2023, 2023 actually, we didn't have a really good income tax season. People went and spent their money on travel because they had been trapped in their homes during COVID. But we're about to see that change because as far as we know, COVID pandemic is over. And if human beings have anything to do with it, we're tired of being stuck at home and we're done with COVID. But we should see some of those sales now go back towards people furnishing their homes again, since they kind of got a little reprieve from being stuck at home all that time. So I think that'll be gradual. That may be something we see spread out over a few years, 4 or 5 years. But right now we should be seeing an increase in income tax sales. So take a look at that. Seasonal opportunities, economic fluctuation. Somebody said, when is the best time to plant a tree? Well, the best time would have been about 14 years ago, so you could be getting fruit off of it right now. But if you haven't planted one yet, now is the best time to plant that tree. Go open that mattress store right now. You're thinking about it. You've got the resources right on here. Do it independent. Contact me. Get in touch with me. I'm here to help people. I'm here to reach out.